Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. It's Mamie. Today we're in the kitchen. Welcome to Mamie's Kitchen, y'all. Today we're just gonna make some breakfast. So come on in. Y'all hungry? All right, let's get to it. Today we're gonna go ahead and we are going to be preparing a breakfast casserole, okay? Today I'm just using some basic ingredients to make a simple breakfast casserole. Let's share here. Show you what we got going on. Okay. Take a look here. We got, we're going to be using some eggs. We'll use about 6 eggs. Some sausage, just any old kind of sausage you want to use. I'll show you. I'm going to be cutting that up. We got some shredded hash browns that we're going to use. We have some onions and peppers that we're going to dice up into that. So we're just going to, I think that's it. I mean, we got some oils that we're going to use and butter, but we're going to go ahead and get that all diced up and go ahead and get it going in the skillet, and we're going to put a casserole together today, y'all. All right. So let's go ahead and get to it. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having an awesome day. And I hope that you find that these ingredients or this casserole will go ahead and feed your soul, okay? Because that's what we're working on. So what I'm going to go ahead and do to get started first, I usually like to get my meats together. So I'm going to take, this is just, I think these, you can find these at any grocery store, Kroger's, down here, Food Lion, any of them, you know, Publix, all of them have them. So here's the pack. We're just going to take some of these sausage. And because I'm just making a small casserole, I'm going to try to, you know, just make just a small casserole, not a huge one. That'll last for a few days for me and my husband. So I'm just going to take maybe 4 of these little links out. I'll take 4 of those out. Take 4 of those, and I'm going to go ahead and cut those up, slice them up, rinse them, wash them off. Just a second here, y'all. Okay, so this time I tried not to do a lot of pre-prepping before doing this, just because there was empty spaces in my last video where I was talking to you a lot, and I could have been working doing that. So I said, well, we're going to save some time and let's see how this works this time. So, okay, so I got the sausages. Let me show you what I got going on here. You can see. All right, so I have the sausages here. And what I want to do, just cut them apart because they are twisted and linked together, that particular brand. Doesn't matter what kind of sausage it is. I mean, whatever you like. I just try to go ahead and use that. And all I do is go ahead and I'm just going to slice them in small slices is what I'm going to do here. Now, you might want to do one at a time. It's totally up to you, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go across them and slice them up like that. I'm doing all 4 of them at once. I think I probably should have started cooking a little earlier, y'all. I think I done got hungry, but anyway, we're going to keep working here and get my sausages all cut up. I think I'm going to cut it down and just do 2 at a time so I can do it a little faster. Get it done here. I like them rather thin just because, you know, I want them smaller bites, easier to, you know, chew with and mix with the eggs that I'm going to mix in here and the different, and the potatoes. So I like smaller bites versus bigger bites. If you like bigger chunks, you go ahead and make them bigger. That's up to you. But me, I'm going to try smaller right now. And it won't take me as long, you know, when I'm cooking them as well. So that's my purpose here. That's the reason why I'm doing it like this. And I hope whatever you choose, it'll work. You can, bigger chunks is fine too. And I just have a bowl here. I'm gonna go ahead and put my sausages in as I'm chopping them up. And I've already rinsed them off, so I got them in here. I mean, all of the chunks are not the same size. Just so if you see me cutting them here, it doesn't really matter. But I'm not going to try and do a whole bunch of big old chunks and then, you know, little chunks, because I want them to cook, you know, evenly throughout, you know, while we're cooking. Just a question to everybody out there. Do you, have you made a casserole? Do you often make breakfast casseroles for your family? What do you put in your casseroles when you're making them? Just wondering, just, you know, food for thought. I mean, this is the way I usually do it. And sometimes, the majority of the time when I make it, I'll use ground turkey. And I'll just brown the ground turkey instead of these turkey slices. So you can do it either way, you know. You can go ahead and get that. You can do it either way you like, you know. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the skillet. I'm going to turn on the skillet. Just 1 second here. See me come over to the stove here. I just turned on the skillet, and I'm going to I'm using a small, I think it's enough room. Just a little bit of canola oil in there, just a little, just to coat the pan. Just want to coat that pan, so I just put a little of the canola oil. That's probably 3/4 of a tablespoon of a cup or something like that, just a small bit. Now I'm just going to use this small skillet. You can use a bigger skillet if you choose, but I decided I was just going to use this small one because I'm just going to put my sausage in there, and I'm going to turn it down low, and I'm going to start cooking that. All right, so now that I have the sausage in the skillet, and I'll just watch that as I'm cooking it, I'm also going to put some onions and peppers in them sausages. So I'll go ahead and just see what I'm doing over here. So I got my onion. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that up. I'm going to take half of an onion for that because I'm going to use half in my potatoes, I think. And then for some in my potatoes and then some in my sausage and well, it's going to be sausage, peppers, and onions, y'all. That's what I'm going to do. So, just slice that up right there, like that. So I get that all sliced up. You know what? I'm going to use this whole onion for those peppers, and I want to put that in there. Depends how much you like onions. I don't prefer raw onions. I prefer cooked onions. And for this bell pepper, I'm just going to have a half a bell pepper that I'm going to use. And I'm just going to slice that up so I can put that as well in there. See, I'm just slicing it. I just cut it in half, and then I just slice it like this. What I did is cut the half in half, and I'm going to slice that just like that, being careful. trying to be careful. I don't want to cut any fingers or anything like that. And I got a small cutting board here. So this is bell peppers that I'm slicing up. Just a half a bell pepper is what I got here. And some onion. And I kind of like a little, the sweet peppers. So I do have just one. I'm just going to go ahead and mix it. It's one of the orange ones here. Just cut it in half. Then I'm just going to slice that up just to give it a little color and a little bit of flavor because I like the sweet peppers as well. So I'm just one to mix up in there. So you can hear my sausage is starting to cook back there, and I'll just add these peppers and stuff in it so it can cook, and onions, so they can cook with it in just a moment here. Just try to cut them. I try to cut them thin so you know they don't take long for those to cook as well. Y'all, I think I done changed my mind. I think I'm gonna move this over into the bigger skillet. That's why I got it here, and I'm gonna put those in there because I'm looking at I'm transferring it over because I was looking at it and I'm thinking I want a bigger skillet. I wanted a bigger skillet because of the peppers and onions. So, let those get to cooking. I'll grab. They were sizzling over there in that other skillet already, so I'm like, okay, well. Now I'm just gonna grab my cutting board, which I have my onions and peppers, y'all. I'm just gonna grab it and I'm just gonna bring it over here to the stove and slide those, because it's very durable, and slide those peppers and onions off into my skillet and let that cook. Now, if you can see what I'm doing here now, I'm just going to stir them up together. Let me bring you a little closer so you can see what's going on here. All right, so now we're just going to stir those sausage and peppers and onions together. And let that cook. We'll just watch it as we go on to getting, the rest of the food together. I'm going to go ahead and I'll turn on this oven so it'll start getting warm. And I'm just going to put it on about 390. I usually like to bake about 390. I just stick it on there. Okay, so the oven will start preheating for us while we're preparing the rest of the food. The rest of the ingredients to make this dish. Now, a lot of people will take this meal right here and put some potatoes, add some potatoes to this, and make that be their dinner. Your choice. Today, we're just making a breakfast dish, and that's just some onions and peppers. And that's what we're doing today. And then we're going to turn around and go ahead and start to prepare, get those potatoes going, and so we can get that ready, cooked up, because we'll cook it all up and then put it together. So just 1 second here, and we're going to work on this. Give me just a moment here. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get our potatoes going. So what I do, I have a little bigger skillet for my potatoes back here. And I'm going to go ahead and put some canola oil in that as well. Just a little bit to coat the skillet, like I said. And now, like I said, we have these hash browns here that we are using, that we're going to use. So I'm just going to open up the bag here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and measure it for you guys. Not sure how much I want, but just try to, they kind of come in chunks. That was just like 1 cup, but it's, because it's in chunks, it's kind of frozen in there. So I don't know if that's really measuring it, but let me just see. I was thinking maybe 4 cups. No, I think it's going to need a little bit more. Okay, that's 4 cups. Okay, let's see how this 5 cups do. So then as the grease is getting warm, go ahead and pour those potatoes over in it. Let's get this stuff. And as you guys know, I like to clean up. I have to clean up as I go. So I'm clean up as I go here, y'all. We have some shredded cheese over here that will go over the top once we're done. Okay. Put the sausage. So now that we got the sausage and the hash browns going, let's see. See what's going on over here. Sausage and hash browns. And as they're breaking down, I'll grab another spatula. Try to see if I want any more potatoes in there. I've been cooking for a long time, y'all, so I kind of can eye out and see what I want to do or how much I want to use, you know, in my dishes. I actually cut up 4 sausages, 4 links in here, and I may not need it all for this dish, so we'll see. Just remember to continue to stir, you know, because you want to go ahead and make sure that your onions and peppers are cooked too. You know, they're cooking and they're sauteing. They will be sauteing while you're cooking, you know. Cooking your sausages and getting your onions and peppers cooked too. Now, as far as these potatoes in the back here, I'm going to put some salt and pepper on those. And that's just regular sea salt, y'all. That's just some sea salt. And then I'll put some black pepper for seasoning. And I'll continue to turn that as well. Kind of watch that as it cooks. And as you see, I got a kind of lump in there, but it will unthaw. It will cook down. It just takes a little bit of time. Just keep turning it, flipping it, working on it. Now, I tell y'all, I don't cook breakfast like this very often. I mean, I'll cook something simple and things like that, but this is a bit, because it calls for a little preparation, a little work trying to get this dish together. So, kind of like you cook your dishes and then you put them all together. So that's pretty much what we're doing right now. So, as my peppers and onions and stuff continue to cook, I may want to turn that down a little bit. So my potatoes, and I turned up my potatoes so they can, you know, be done around the same time. And y'all just heard my oven beep and let me know that the preheating is done. That was pretty quick. Well, maybe because I'm a little busy over here. That was pretty quick, y'all. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get, show you what I'm doing over here now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to go ahead and get those eggs cracked. Have a bowl set to the side. Let's see, so you can see what's going on here. Okay, let's get this. Close those hash browns so we can get those put away. But I'm just going to take 6 eggs, crack them. Split them. One, two. Trying not to make sure I don't get any eggshells in it. I'm pretty good about cracking my eggs, but I just want to make sure. Oh, that wasn't so good. No. I guess I had to mess that up just because I said I was good. But I didn't get no eggshells in it, y'all. I didn't get no eggshells in it that time. Thank you, Lord. All right, so that's 5. And I'm going to go ahead and do 6 eggs for this casserole. Just being a little careful. I may be a little heavy-handed there, but I didn't get any in it. I did pretty good there. With cooking those, with cracking those. And now I'll just put a little more sea salt in my eggs and some pepper. And I mean, you can use your whisk if you choose to, you know, and just mix up your eggs. I guess I'll grab the whisk. A lot of times I'll just grab a little fork and just do what I do that way. But I'll grab the whisk for you guys. See if I And you just mix your eggs up. Just use the little bowl, so you just whisk them up. Now it was 6 eggs that I used there. Sometimes I add a little milk. I like to add a little milk to my eggs. And that, by adding milk, it just spreads your eggs. It gives you a little fluffier and it spreads it. It say, if you need it to go further, you know, to stretch the milk. That's what milk will do for your eggs. Now I'm back over at the stove, y'all. Trying to now them potatoes. I'm trying to have to keep an eye on this stuff because those potatoes have began to cook. They're cooking good now, so I'll make sure to continue to, you know, to keep stirring them. Getting brown. Now, also continue to stir my sausage and peppers and onions. I think at first I was going to put onions. I was going to put onions in my potatoes. But you know what? I changed my mind because these onions right here are going to go in the same. It's a casserole, so it's already onions already in it. So I don't need to put more onions in it. That's enough. I use 1 whole onion. So that's enough onion in it. See that? It looks really good there. It looks really good. Now, I got my potatoes over there waiting. Now, got my eggs mixture over there waiting while I continue to cook on my potatoes. At this point, I might as well start putting some stuff away. Those potatoes can go back. Can go back in the freezer because that was a big bag. My husband purchased that at the store. He bought a lot. That was a lot of potatoes. So I was like, oh, okay. All right. So now I'm just going to clean up a little bit. Like I said, I like to clean. I like to clean as I go so we don't have a big old mess. And when I'm all done, you know, I don't have as much to do at the end when I'm finished. So I clean as I go. Do you guys like to clean as you go, or how do you guys do it? Do you wait to the end to clean everything up, or do you try to clean as you go as well? Just some food for thought. Just wondering. Today I'm trying to clean as we go, as we try to make a breakfast casserole. Okay, so I think my sausages, see, I'm really thinking my sausages and peppers and onions, they look like they're pretty good to go. And now we're just waiting on those potatoes to, you can see those potatoes are still cooking, and keep flipping those over and get them get brown. We'll turn off the front skillet, and I'm gonna then just try and move up. Let me see here. Turn it up. We'll turn off the back skillet again. Turn that up in a second here. I'll move this up here. I'm just going to move it around a little bit so I can get to it a little better. Continue to And while that's finishing up, almost there, while that's finishing up, I think I'll grab a plate. I'm gonna grab something so I can just grab a pan real quick here with some napkins in it so I can get that. I want to get my sausage out of that grease. See what I'm doing here. So I can drain some of that grease off. Even though it's a healthy grease, canola is a healthy grease, but I don't need all that grease in my food. So, you know, I don't want all that oil in my food. So it ended up being a little more than I thought it was going to be. So I want to drain some of that off. So I'm going to just take my sausage and peppers out of the grease. I used a little bit. I was a little heavy-handed in that oil, y'all. You can see some in my skillet here, and I don't want that much oil. Now, to drain it off, and put it on that paper towel so it can drain off some of that grease. And I just move it around a little bit to help it out a little bit, y'all. I'm gonna taste a piece and see what I think of it. Oh yeah. That's pretty much how I like my potatoes. I like them to get a little bit of crisp on them. A little crunch in my potato. I love potatoes, but not a good thing, y'all. Loving potatoes is not a good thing, but it is what it is. So but yeah, I like it to get a little bit of crisp in it. Not all hard, but you know, making sure they're all cooked all the way through and have a little bit of brown to them. And that's what we got right here now, y'all. All right, so now that I got that done, let me kind of show you what we're going to be doing now. You can see what's going on. So at this point, I like to take my hash browns and I put them, I'll pretty much just cover the bottom. You know, you want to cover the bottom of the skillet. Of the dish, the casserole dish. Okay, so I got that covered. And all right, and then once I get that covered, I take my sausage, which I've drained, and now what I'm gonna do is take my sausage, making sure I got most of the grease off of it that I wanted to get off of it. And now I'm gonna put that over. Hesitation, y'all. It's good. So now what I'm gonna do is take and put my onions and pepper and sausage as a layer, as the next layer. Because pretty much you're just layering it up. Just spread them. You know, you put them in there and then you want to just spread them out. Don't y'all leave them peppers and onions. Now that's the flavor. Peppers and onions are your flavor if you like seasoning in it, you know. I love my flavor, so that's what I do. That's something I don't make a lot of. As for like a dinner, you know, I know a lot of people do sausage and peppers, but and onions, but that's something I don't usually make for dinner. Now, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to make sure you can see what I got going on here. Let me kind of lower you here, see what's going on. So stuff in there. Okay, so now you can see I kind of layered it up here. You can see I got the potatoes at the bottom, then next was the onions and peppers. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this egg mixture that I have, all I did is mix them, the eggs, just with salt and pepper. That's all I put in it. Didn't put any milk in it today, just salt, pepper, and eggs. And I just pour it over the top. And pour it over the top. And see that? Real simple. It's good. And all I want to do is drop this in the oven. That shouldn't take about 10 minutes, I believe. It should take about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. You just want to watch it in the oven and let that cook. Now, while that's cooking, I'll turn over here and I will begin to wash some dishes and get that together. And we'll be able to put the cheese on. And I just have some basic shredded cheese. I'm going to shred my cheese, get my cheese together, and I'll put that on top. So just give us a little bit and we'll finish up here. Okay, while we're cleaning up and letting that cook, just had a couple questions for everybody. While I'm preparing, I'm hoping that, let me know how it turned out for you. You know, how you do it. Do you like your sausages sliced small? Do you rather use the ground turkey? How do you like to prepare yours? And I just hope if you did this menu, you know, if you did this, I hope it turned out good for you. Everything was looking really good. I'm going to show you my final product when it's done. But in the meantime, we're doing some cleanup. So as I'm cleaning, just had some questions. What kind of dish detergent do you guys use? I actually prefer the Dawn. That's my favorite. It just seems to clean better. I use the Dawn, and then I also have this Dawn that the sprayer. I like to use that as well. So that's my favorite dish detergent. I'll use some other ones. It just depends, you know. But that is my favorite. Okay. I'm just in here doing some cleanup. I'm washing. Sometimes I use the dishwasher. Sometimes I'm running a dishwasher. And sometimes I just want to wash by hand. So today, I'm just going to wash by hand as I'm waiting for that food to cook, you know. So we can add the cheese on. Normally it probably take a couple cups, and you add the cheese as you like, how much cheese you with. But normally I take about 2 cups of cheese and put over the top and melt it. And it does depend upon what size casserole. The casserole that I'm using today is a smaller casserole, so it may not take as much. So I was surprised with the much of sausage I ended up getting when slicing it up. I thought it might have been too much for that smaller dish, but actually it worked out really good, y'all. And one of the reasons why I do like to make that casserole, one of the biggest reasons why I like to make it is because I'll take and put it in separate bowls. And it's easy to grab and go before going to work. You know, me and my husband working, and we just grab one of those, one of the bowls or one of the dishes that I've stored it in, and we can go and warm it up at work and eat it. You know, take our breakfast on the run. It's easy for that. But I kind of like doing a casserole just because. Not even so much for the day of that we might eat it. It's more so for the days to come that we're going to eat it, because it's easy breakfast, and it's a hearty meal. You know, it's hearty. It has all the, sausage, eggs, and peppers and all of that in there. So it is a nice meal to grab instead of, a lot of times we'll grab maybe a bagel for breakfast, or just an egg or something like that. So it is easy grab and go. I am one for prepping. I love to prep my food. I'll prep like the lunches, the breakfast. I try to get it ready. Just easy for getting up in the morning and getting on out the house, and just have it ready, grab and go. So it doesn't take you forever trying to cook in the morning or make you late for work or anything like that. So that's kind of what I enjoy to do. So I guess today also, I need to get in here and prep. I like I said, I make the little snacks I prep everything, so when I don't, I feel it the whole week. When I don't prep, I regret it the whole week. So I go ahead and try to get everything together so we're ready to go, and easy, and it's healthier too for those snacks. You know what I mean? It keeps me from binging on bad things, you know. So I'll do my fresh fruits. I love my cucumbers and my tomatoes. I put them in a bowl. I may do celery and carrots in another bag. You know, I may make them in the sandwich bags, or I may do them in the little containers, and they're easy for grab and go. And it also helps to keep from grabbing something that's bad. And I also do my grapes, cherries. I get it all set up like that, and it just helps me with trying to be a little better, with the, a little healthier. Last minute, grabbing last minute snacks, it can help you to make bad choices, and just preparing ahead of the game helps me to make better choices, quick, better choices versus last minute, sugary, chips. And even though I love chips, but it has really helped me cut down that intake of chips and bad things that are not so great for your health. You know what I mean? Candy, sugar, candy bars, snacks, stuff like that. Keeps me out of the vending machines. Keeps me from having to or wanting to stop at fast food restaurants. It has really been helpful just prepping and setting it up this way. I don't know, what your journey is, or if you're trying to maybe shed some pounds, or just trying to get healthy. That's where I'm at. I hit that special number. And when I hit that age, that special number, I decided that I wanted to feel better, and I needed to change some things in my life. And that's what I'm doing. And I feel good. I feel really good with the choices that I've made, and the choices, trying to eat healthier, trying to do better, make better choices, not just for me, but for my whole family. Because I want to be here. I want to be, I hope they want me here. I think they want me here. So I'm trying to do better and make better choices, and try to live. I'm trying to live, and I want to feel better. So that's what I'm doing now. I am trying to live my best life, y'all. And that's how I'm doing it. Trying to make healthy choices, trying to prep better, prep my food so I don't have those last minute urges that will send me to grabbing, like Big Macs and all that kind of stuff at McDonald's or fast food that's not really good or healthy for you. I prefer to cook myself. I prefer to have my own food. That's what I prefer. Because I can go out, and I don't have, now because I've been doing it for a while, I don't have those urges to just stop at the fast food. I'm like, I'm going to wait till I get home. I don't want to, one, I don't want to spend the money. I'm a little tight with my dollars. But two, the biggest thing is I want to eat better. I want to feel better. And it has been working. So that's what I'm doing, y'all. That's what I'm doing. I'm working on it. Okay. I guess it's time to go ahead and check this oven and see where we're at. Let me see. It's cooking, but we're not done, y'all. It's cooking, but we're not done. So we just got to give it a few more minutes here. Okay, so now that it's been a little bit of time, I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see if we can pull this out of the oven and put the cheese on it. Let you take a look and see what we're looking at here. see what the casserole looks like now. The eggs are done. And what we're going to do now is we're going to just go ahead and put some cheese on it. We've gotten some consistency to that egg. Now I just want to melt the cheese on it. So I'm going to grab a cup of cheese. So I just got like a cup of cheese here, and I'm just going to go ahead and spread that. Like I said, you use what you choose to use. If a cup is enough for you, then that's fine. I think I'm going to go with maybe like a cup and a half, y'all. I'm going to use like a cup and a half. So that's what I'm choosing to do today. And you do what you choose, you know. Some people like, if you really like a lot of cheese, you may want to put, you know, 2 cups or something like that. But I'm just going to use a cup and a half. And then we're just going to stick it back in the oven. Let the cheese melt on it. And then we will be all done. We will be all done. Just let the cheese melt on that. And as you see, I've been cleaning up. We're trying to clean up as we go. So by the time dinner, well, not dinner, excuse me, breakfast is ready, I got my kitchen all straightened up. It's already cleaned up, and I don't have to worry about, you know, coming back in here later. Just one of the things I like to do, clean as I go. Keep my hand clean as I go. And then I'm going to put my cheese away because I didn't use it all. I just used some of the cheese. And I tell you, today I didn't use a lot of that dish that I made. It didn't cause for me to use a lot of anything too much. I mean, I didn't use a whole pack of sausage. I didn't use a dozen of eggs. I just used partial of each of it. I just used, you know, like 4 links of the sausage package. So about half of what normally comes in it. And then maybe, like I said, 6 eggs, 1 onion, a half a pepper. It just didn't take, it did not cause for a lot of ingredients. But when you put it all together, you know, it makes a nice size casserole dish. And it will feed quite a few people. I'm used to feeding a lot of people, so I'm used to cooking a lot more. So, but I can eat just that casserole by itself. I don't need toast, but a lot of times if we're doing like a family gathering, and something like that, or like Christmas morning or something like that, I may make the casserole. We may have that. We may do something like sticky rolls, sticky buns, or something like that, or some kind of toast, some kind of fruit dish, something, you know, to enhance it. And I do have some fresh fruit that we may have with it. But today, you know, the goal today was just to make this dish so we would have it through the week. Not just for today, but it will last for the week. I love to, that's when I make it. It lasts. I don't make it that often, unfortunately, but when I make it, it does last, you know, a few more, not just one day, it's for multiple days. And my husband loves it. I love it, so it works, okay? So we're just gonna give it a couple of more minutes here. We'll take it out the oven and we'll see our final product. Okay, so now we have our final product done here, y'all. So you can see what it looks like. You can see what the final product looks like. And now me just see here. Let's see what I can do. Let me see if I can get some dished up. See what it looks like for y'all. Let me just see. Okay, you guys, here's the final product. Yes, good. Good, y'all. Let me taste it. Let's go ahead and get the sample. Very tasty. So, now I have peppers, potatoes, onions, sausage, eggs, and a casserole. And it's good. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you've enjoyed our cooking time, and I hope that your meal turned out just as well as mine did. And I thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we will see you in the next video. Have an awesome day.